I think it's finally time to start working on this agricultural gate. And step number one is to realize that the design that I had set up in the last episode, I hated it. So I got to come up with another plan. Step two is to dig a mountain. And while digging out this mountain, it gave me plenty of time to realize what kind of design and what I wanted to go for. Because when I'm thinking of like an agricultural gate or tunnel or something that goes to the agricultural district, I'm thinking of like, oh, all the nature stuff, all the plants, and what's a better way of representing nature than to tear out a little hill and build another hill on top of it. I know, it sounds a little counterproductive to rip out a hill and then plant another hill on top of it, but I needed the blocks. And it also gave me time to stop and think about exactly what I wanted to do. And what I want to exactly do with it is actually have multiple different layers and platforms and stuff like that, implementing all the different types of plants and trees and all the other different types of vegetation because, well, you know, it's the agricultural district. That's where I'm going to be going to get all my agriculture, you know, all my plants. Now, the method that I'm going to be using here is definitely a time consumer, but it helps my brain process. And basically is I build a big blob, a big square box to kind of represent that kind of size and general shape of this hill slash mountain. And then I'm going to try to add splotches onto it to get a more feel to it. It's basically like if you're sculpting and you take your clay piece, you have your sheet of clay, and then you just throw a glob of clay onto it and then carve into that. And there were a couple of mishaps here and there. Some daring tricks where the little gas wouldn't come back to me, so I had to, you know, do some MLG moves to try to get to them. And one little accident. Yeah. Oh man, I've spent most of my week building this little mountain here, and yeah. It's coming together. It's definitely still ugly. There's a lot that I need to do, and I am actually running out of blocks here. As you can see here, my tools are starting to get a little broken here, and I definitely need some more solid work picks and tools and whatnot. And that skeleton spawner is not cutting it. I don't like sitting there for 20 minutes trying to repair my tools. But yeah, definitely getting a little bit of work done here. As you can see, I don't really have a back yet, and I've, like I said, run out of blocks here. But one thing I definitely want to do with this is, once I've get the general shape of it and get like some of the different shelves and whatnot put into place, is to come back and do gradients. Well, not this gradient to be specific, because the granite and the diorite kind of clash a little too much. I'm thinking if you take one out, like if I took the granite out, I'd either put tuff in to replace it, or put the diorite in the place of the granite, or put cobblestone into it, just to give it a little something, so it doesn't look, you know, like a flat square. But one of the things I definitely need to be doing is progressing a little bit. I will come back to this build and do more in these episodes, but for right now, I need a break. I've spent way too long here, and it's starting to drive me up a wall. And I think one of the best ways to keep yourself from burning out is actually finding multiple things to do. And for me, as you can see, based on my tools and, well, my armor, I'm not very far into this game. So I need to go, and I'm thinking at least find the end portal. And one of the things that we need to do is actually end up getting Eyes of Ender. And I don't have any blaze powder yet, so we definitely need to make a little trip to the end, and to make sure, just in case I die, I'm gonna keep these here, maybe along with my tools. Maybe I'll grab another pick from somewhere, and all right, get these gold equipments out of the piglins. Don't hurt us. Take that in our inventory just in case the gas decides to blow up the portal, because we are in a soul sand valley. What? Why are you here? Alright, let me just go ahead and block this side up. Just in case. There is... What are you doing here? This is not a safe place. What are you... What do you have? He's got packed ice, potion visibility. Nothing too important. Go find some safety somewhere. Alright. Oh, look! We've got ourselves another little guy. Alright, now that we're in the nether here, gotta find ourselves some form of a fortress. Let me find that, I'll be right back. Oh, finally, there is a blaze spawner. I can get some blaze rods. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get some blaze powder and I'll be right back. Ah, yes, my spoils of dying twice. Hey, but I think we got enough blaze rods for this. Quick note, don't go in the nether unless you have some form of fire resistance. Well, I've made it about, I don't know, 1,000 blocks. A couple of these broke, and let's see where it goes. It went down? Where'd it go? Hello? Oh, it's right here. So it's over this way. Right? How about now? A little more this way? What's the chance of these breaking? Hey, there we go. We should be getting really close at some point. Oh, it went that way. That means it's down. Oh. Time to dig. Oh. Crap. I guess I can do this. Make myself a crafting table so I can make a furnace. And smelt some copper. Hopefully I have enough wood. That's real funny, game. That's real funny. You break my iron pick. I only have copper and I can't get these diamonds. Oh, and it's a big vein too. Look at that. Oh. I'll have to come back for those. How big is this vein? Hold on. Oh my goodness! It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't tell me there's a block underneath. There is a block underneath. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I gotta see if there's one underneath that one. There is! It's an 8. It's an 8 ore vein. Holy. Oh man. I'm gonna have to come back for that. Well, I found some brick here, right below the diamonds. Ooh, look at that. We're in. Now, this place should be a little scary. I just explored a little bit here. Oh. We're already there. Well, that's a little anticlimactic. Well, I don't really want to break that. Even though there's you can very easily get silverfish. Yeah, I know, the infestation potions. Alright. I guess it's time to light this sucker up. Alright. Let's do it. Ooh. Wow. This is the first time I've ever done that. Believe it or not, but I've never beaten the Ender Dragon. Legit. I mean, I've done it on like mod packs, but never like in vanilla Minecraft, so this will be a first. Now, the real question is, do I go and fight them now? I mean, it would be nice to be able to repair my tools and actually get a good enchanting area up. Alright, I convinced myself. I'm gonna fight the dragon. I wasn't planning on doing it today. I was actually planning on doing it in like a future episode, but let me get slightly geared up and I'll be right back. Alright, I got a little bit of stuff here. I got some arrows, I got a water bucket in case that endermen come after me, a boat, blocks, food, some ender pearls. Armor, that's debatable. I've seen people beat the dragon without armor. I can do it too. Oh man. Well, it's a good thing we have blocks, because, well, I guess we could have jumped. Let's bridge on over here. And I'll make this quick. Everybody's seen people beat the dragon. I'll include any clips that are really cool, or me failing spectacularly. Alright, that was easy. Well, I didn't react fast enough. Oh. Wait, an enderman killed me? What? The bucket clutch. Can I get that one? Yes, I can. Alright, here comes the actual fun of actually beating the dragon now. Yeah, I missed. Yeah, I missed. Oh, actually, no, I hit it that time. There she is. Ow. Nearly killed me. What the heck? I hurt a lot. Maybe I should have more than just iron armor. Gonna come back in. Oh, she just straight up murdered me. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness, I'm just sniping. Say, can I go for lucky number 7? 7? Oh man. Okay, I got my last arrow. Let's see if I can hit it. And swooping around. Yeah. Well, I am out of arrows. I gotta wait for it to come down. Yes. Whew. No, and the enderman killed me. I reacted in time with the ender pearl. The stupid enderman came out and was like, nope, whack. Hey, I did it. Woo! First time in vanilla beating the ender dragon. And it was only a few deaths. So that was a little interesting side quest. Honestly, first time ever beating the ender dragon by myself in vanilla Minecraft, so that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed seeing my failures and that bucket clutch. And don't forget, here's the clip for that diamond ore. I didn't forget. Alright, let's see how many diamonds are actually in this little ore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? That was a 12 ore vein. What the heck? I mean, I'll take it. Got my fortune pick going. What the heck? Yeah, having access to the end now gives me so many different possibilities. I can now get myself some shulker boxes. I've set up a little tiny XP farm there. Nothing serious, just an endermite in a cart named Stinker. And the endermen get offended by that and they drop into a hole and I just slice them. But I also got some access to some ender chests, which helped me collect a lot more blocks here, so that way I can finish this up, because I only have a day left. I've spent too much time doing other things this week, so I need to lock in. I know I said I needed to lock in. Unfortunately, I locked it in the wrong way. I had spent so many hours trying to get this to work, and I do not believe I have the capabilities to make this work yet. As much, the more time I spent looking at it, the more I realized I hated it. And it just didn't look right at all. Even when I tried beautifying it by adding grass and whatnot to it, like I did with the starter base, it wasn't working at all. So I need to think of something different here, because I'm running out of time. Okay, and I have a little bulletin board here set up for the basic things that I need for this agricultural gateway. First of all, it needs to be big. Obviously, it's a mega base, so yeah, it needs to be big, and also a little bit of an icon, because you got to remember the people that are in this, that's going to be in this big city, need to be able to recognize each gateway that's in each cardinal direction. So it needs to be something iconic that that the citizens or whoever's looking at it can be like, oh yeah, we need to go that way. It also needs to represent, nature and plants and stuff, while also incorporating the amethysts. Now, I'm not entirely sure about an idea that I have, but I think it'll work. Okay, after many hours redesigning, tearing down, and trying to build this mountain, I've noticed that I lack the capabilities to do any of that. So I'm just going to go back to my original plan, and with that, I kind of ripped it all out and started over. So yeah, one thing I was thinking, what I originally wanted to do was have the path in which people are going to be traversing. There's going to be some sort of like gate, like a Tory gate or something, and it's going to be dirt with, actual path block and whatnot. Keep in the theme of the nature. The whole island here, I was thinking, hey, you know what? Why didn't it be a good idea to help implement the amethyst, since later on the amethyst veins are going to be inside the chasms? It's going to be kind of like a magical aspect. Why don't I have some floating islands in here that are like being repulsed or held in place by magic, kind of like a magnet or something? Don't pay any mind to that. I was just having a fever dream with that. And yeah, but you can imagine the stone being replaced. Well, not that stone, but having some stone inside and it being replaced with blackstone, which is one thing I definitely need to make a farm for. I need lots and lots of blackstone. Well, I think it's coming along a little bit. Maybe I should actually connect this piece to the actual island itself, so it looked like it got ripped up. Maybe lower it down a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And oh, I don't know what buttons I pressed, but these spikes need to be a little less. Maybe cut them off here and then have one or two jutting down. Yeah, just some concept here. And this is one of the things I was thinking of, since these kind of island things are mostly based on the Yellow Mountains. I think they're an Asian mountain range. Anyway, they look really cool. I would definitely recommend Googling them. And there's going to be some like vegetation and stuff on top, and then some other islands around. But the best part is that it's actually going to be relatively large. If I go into my free camp, since that guy's a little slow, it's going to cover basically all of that. And I have multiple of these islands, because we need a lot of space to have all the different plants and whatnot. But you can imagine, looking from far away, there's going to be leaves and vines and everything kind of coming down, maybe some of those glowberries like I mentioned. And, you also have the texturing, different cobbles and tufts and everything like that, just to make it, look more like an actual build, not just a blank blob. But if we're coming back here on the back of this area, as you can see, this is where I had, kind of marked it out a little bit. From here on out is actually going to be the chasm. And I want to kind of figure out, putting the cart before the horse, figuring out things that I'm not even currently working on, how big this chasm is going to be. Because, like I said multiple times, it's going to go scoop down on the other side, scoop down like a bowl, all the way down to bedrock. So it needs to be kind of wide, and I would like it to be very wide, so that way, it's like intimidating. So if we come over here and maybe go into a little bit of the cheaty free cam and think, if the base, this is supposed to be like the gateway that represents all the agriculture, and then on the other side, maybe like over there will be the city where I'm going to have all my farms for my plants and stuff like that. And the center of the main city is over there. So the chasm itself might be from where am I standing? Right at the end of it. So it's going to come in like this, right? Like that. And the length of it, or the width of it's probably I'm thinking to the end of this forest here. That's a lot of... If we get a good idea of how wide this chasm is going to be, I think since I'm standing right there, right around the end of it, where the city's, or the gate's supposed to come in like that, right? And then from there down, it's supposed to be the chasm. So if I go from there, I'm thinking maybe towards the end of the forest here. Definitely got a lot of work ahead of me here, and it's going to take me quite some time, and I appreciate anybody that's made it to this point, and anybody that wants to follow me on my little journey here for my own, forever world here and my mega bases and whatnot. Definitely a lot of growing pains that I'm feeling here, my own inability to make that mountain, but I definitely learned a lot of lessons. One being that splotching method that I mentioned at the very beginning, that wastes so much time. It's not worth it. Just build the formation of it and go from there. And the next episode, I'm going to be doing something that I'm a little more familiar with, that I'm a little better with. Building's not my strong suit. And what I'm going to be doing is actually building the farms that I'm going to be needing. One, I'm going to be needing a gas farm. So us spawning inside a nether waste there is going to help a ton, because I'm going to need a lot of TNT for blowing out the chasm there, because there's no way I'm digging it out by hand. And with the gas farm, that means we're going to have plenty of gunpowder, so that way we can make as much TNT as we want, because I'm not super big on flying machines. It's the same with the enchanted books from villagers. It's like, hey, I can just, go to the end dimension and, enchant my own things. It's like, why do I need villagers? They're incredibly strong. I could have had amazing gear day one, but, that kind of spoils the fun a little bit. And I think the flying machines will do the same. Yes, they'll be time savers, but I think laying down a layer of TNT and blowing it all up would be pretty fun. But yeah, definitely a lot of farms that are going to be needed. It's not going to eat up the entirety of the episode. There's still a lot of stuff I need to do off camera for that build. And from here, it's definitely looking like the right size that I want. It's going to need a lot of work. But I think I can get there. I mean, I got there with this eventually. I mean, granted, this only took me one episode and then some off-camera small stuff, but yeah, I think I can get it. Definitely learning a lot from doing this. I never imagined that building and terraforming and all that stuff would be this difficult, but it's nice to have a little bit of a challenge. Well, I basically ran out of time for this week. This video is supposed to go up today, and it's already past the time when I usually have it scheduled, but if you made it this far, thank you for joining. I hope you stick around for the journey and see what I can actually do. If you have any tips or tricks or anything like that you can recommend to me, I would definitely appreciate that a lot. But with that, I guess I'll see you in the next one.